Hello and welcome back, or welcome to a new video. Today's video is going to be different because, to be honest, From the Roman Empire series was alright, but, it taught me a couple of things, and I learned a couple of things as well. If something's taught me something, I've clearly learned something, because that's how that works. But I think one of the biggest things I took away from that series was, it's all great and well to do a massive series and do that, but sometimes you sort of need to sort of step back and go, is this really what I want to be doing? And is this how I want to be doing things? And it wasn't. So I've changed a couple of things, and I'm hoping that content going forth should be a little bit more into the style of how I want it to be. If you do like this video, please let me know in the comments down below if you like this sort of style of way it will be. And also drop a like if you do like it. Also, if you wouldn't mind, please subscribe. And when you do subscribe, please also turn on those post notifications so you never miss another upload from me. And now let's hop into the video and what's going to happen in this video. So this is a video on the Sultanate of Aussa. Probably not an expected one, to be fair, but I sort of just decided I was going to pick this nation because it's a nation you can have fun on, you can muck around with, and it's not really much that's, has consequences. It just doesn't. It's just a fun game to muck around with. So the purpose of this video is just a chat while we're playing. You're going to see me putting a lot of console commands in here soon, because I just decided this video is just going to have no sort of, I can't do this because, I don't want to do this on camera or whatever. It's just going to be gameplay as if I was playing off camera, and me just having a chat, and sometimes referencing games, sometimes not. Just free-flowing, just fun, happy, unbothered video, effectively. So some of the things I sort of taken away from the Roman Empire series is it got quite sort of, has to be professional, or this has to happen and this cannot happen or whatever. And as sort of just looking back at it, I'm not happy with how it was. Because it was sometimes quite hard to actually go ahead and film it. Because it just sort of felt that sort of professional, I have to do this sort of vibe. And sometimes, mainly Hard Survival 4 was about you go and have fun. Like, you just want to muck around in the game, have fun, and it's not to be taken seriously all the time. Some people like to take it serious and some people don't, and I think I discovered that I'm one of those people who just doesn't take it serious all the time. I just prefer to go on the game, have a bit of fun, and just enjoy it for what it is. And that's a game that has a World War II aspect on it, but also has an alternate historical aspect to it, where you can have fun and just see what happens. And I think this video, the main thing is just to get all technology, get everything, and basically make Aussa the most advanced nation, and just try and take Africa, or just try and take the world, or whatever. And there's no specific set goal for it. Could be a multiple episode series, could be just a single episode. I have no sort of comment on how long. I think it's definitely going to be probably about 2 or 3, maybe 4 episodes, but it will not go past episode 5. It could possibly go to episode 5, but any series I do from now on, unless I see demand for it, it will end on episode 5. And also it won't be like the Roman Empire series, where it was like constant one video to the next video, nothing much happens off camera, and you just continue from the same date you left off on. No, if I want to continue it off camera, I will. If I don't feel like it, then I won't. Because I obviously have many games on my PC. I've got Dragon City, I've got Euro Truck Simulator 2, I've got a Country Balls game, I've got like another sort of war-ish game that I can play. Potentially might soon get Mini Metro on my PC. I've got Minecraft. So, I've got a wide variety of games on my PC. So it's not like I'm just constantly on one game or another. I'm trying to play multiple games. I've currently got a thing going on Euro Truck Simulator 2. I'm also checking Dragon City regularly. So, if any of you want to see any of those sort of games on this channel, just let me know in the comments and I'll happily do a video on them. It's not going to be some like professional, this is the goal for this video type of thing. It's just going to be, nice, laid back, chilled out video. Just on the game. If you want a review of something to do with the game, let me know, I'll do that. Because I think one of the biggest lessons I got was I was trying to take the channel down such a direction of, it has to be professional, it has to have a goal for the video, it has to do this and that. And it's just, when you step back, you just realise, what am I doing? Like, it doesn't need to be like this. It's my channel. And, like, I know that might potentially for some people come across wrong, but I have the final say in a sense of, because I'm the one filming, I'm the one doing the audio, I'm the one editing. And if I don't like something, then I don't like something. And there's not necessarily a thing of I have to do it even if I don't like it. Because, there's no one telling me you have to put this out. It's me at the end of the day who tells me that I have to put it out. So if I don't want to, then I don't necessarily have to. So I think that was the biggest thing that's played on my mind overnight. And I think it sort of made me realise, like, I have been doing it wrong. I've been doing it for some imaginary person that doesn't exist, telling me that, this is how you must do something. And it's just like, well, that person doesn't exist, and it's time for me to just do things in a sense how I want them to be done. And that's not to say, like, I don't listen to you guys' feedback or anything like that. If you don't like something, I mean, you can share that in the comments and I'll take your advice on it. Like, that's not sort of the point that I'm trying to make, is that I don't want to listen to you guys, because I would more than ever like to listen to you guys if you got any suggestions. In fact, I will be advertising more now that you guys put your suggestions in the comments. There will also probably be polls about things in the future, because I think I don't really want to shy away from the fact of, the audience has got a say in things. Like, my audience, which is you guys that are watching this video, it's not like you're no longer going to get a say in things, you're going to get a bigger say in things. Because I think it's all well and good me doing what I want and how I want to do things and whatever, but sometimes I will slip into a, oh, this would be a great thing, and oh, I should do it this way. And sometimes, having a second or third opinion does change your opinion on things, and sometimes it's better that, let's say one of you guys I wanted to do a Germany thing where I went monarchist and took over the world for 100 episodes, and one of you was to say, no, I don't want 100 episodes, it should only be 5, and you should do 1 episode for each year of the game or something. That would be a better suggestion than what I had originally planned, let's say, on the fake example. But, it's good to get second opinion on things because it helps and it grows the channel. And I think that's a good thing for the channel to get, is just not just one person's opinion, but multiple people's opinions on things. So, if you ever have any opinions on videos that you might want to see, or games you want to see, or you want to see me like do a review of the new DLC coming out soon for Hearts of Iron 4, or you want to see a review on a Dragon City Dragon, or you want to see a review on, I don't know, something to do with Minecraft or whatever, just feel free to drop it in the comments, and I will look at comments as much as I can. If I can do it, I will try to, and I'll try to do it in a way that is fun and will be enjoyable for everyone. Because I think that's the biggest thing, is enjoyment. It has to be enjoyable to watch. If it's not, no one will watch it. So I sort of want to change things a little bit to make them a little bit more enjoyable, per se. Because I think that would just be so much better. Also, I know currently we're on daily videos. I think there definitely is potentially a plan to switch it up a little bit. Because I think gaming channel daily videos, not an idea that might stay. But I think for my vlog channel, I think daily videos might switch over to there. Because I think it's just such a better channel to have it on. Because it's obviously a vlog channel. That's what it's for. That's its purpose. So it'd be much better for that one. And yeah, it just works so much better. And one of the reasons I picked out also for this video is because it's not got a specific, like Ethiopia has to do this or this or this. It has to do with this nation. But it's such a, not really played nation that you can just sort of do a lot of things with it, and they are not necessarily, you have to stop at this point, you have to go to this point. It's just like, you can really muck around and do what you want. Because it's one of those nations where there isn't really a, historical aspect to it doing anything. Necessarily, because, it got taken over by Italy and surrendered to them. So that's the only historical aspect it has. And I think in a way it's, a good nation to sort of take for this type of video, because there is no, it fought this country and won in this amount of time, and it's basically an unwritten nation from World War II that didn't do anything, necessarily. It wasn't like the Allies, like Britain, that with America's help invaded into France and freed France and then went into Europe. It's not something of that caliber. It's just a smaller, blank canvas in this effect. So it's a pretty good nation, and also the troop deployment is excellent. I cannot fault it. Really good troop deployment times and stuff along those lines. So it's a good nation. But I also wanted to sort of have something I can just play and just chat, because I think going forward, the biggest thing I'm sort of thinking about at the minute is, how am I going to run all my channels? What do I want to see on my channels, and what do I want them to be about, and how do I want them to be? And I think with all my channels, I don't think any of them were perfect to what I wanted. My vlog channel definitely wasn't. My cards and trains channel was closest to the way I wanted it to be. Up until the point where this channel switched to screen recording, and I got used to it and got into it. And by the way, to everyone who said you should screen record, thank you so much. Sorry I was reluctant at first. I just have this thing where sometimes someone might suggest an idea and I sort of get a bit defensive. And my friend can attest to this, that sometimes he'll say, you could do it this way, it'd be better. And I'll go, no, I like my way, I like the way of doing it. And I think I've sort of just realised that I am really not getting far with that one. So it's probably time to drop that idea and move on. But I think, the screen recording is going so well, it's such a better way of doing things. And then my Cars and Trains channel, I'm actually going to start recording with the phone stand now and just having nice free-flowing episodes of me actually doing things on camera instead of just me saying, I'm going to do this now, stopping camera, starting again. I've done this. The main point of the video is to see work being carried out on trains or to see packs being opened or whatever. And I think that's the biggest thing that needs to change. And I've obviously this week on my vlog channel changed it entirely to just be whatever I want on it goes on it. Like, honestly. And I posted a video of me just putting cards into my matchsticks book. With my phone just on the phone stand I've got. Which obviously isn't ideal. It was balanced on the most unbalanced thing in the world. But it was an experiment, and I made it clear in the video it was an experiment. And I liked how the experiment went, because it showed that this thing works, and it's better than what I've got. And I think that's sometimes the risk you got to take is you have to experiment with things. If they don't work out, they don't work out, and you've got to just change direction and continue. And I think that was sort of what the Roman Empire series was an experiment. And it, showed some experiments and showed good things and bad things. Some good things was, the filming of Hearts of Iron 4 is a good idea and is worthwhile. Bad thing is the series length was too long. And I think another bad thing was the way the series was filmed was not necessarily the best. Because there was a lot of just sitting around and doing nothing in a sense. So, definitely think that there was some goods and there were some bad things. And then there was some just neutrals, that can't really be done much with. But I think when you get that sort of ability to have that sort of test bed in a sense, where you can get these good things, get the bad things, and then, take the bad things and don't do them again, because they clearly don't work. And then take the good things and use them more because they clearly are good and you like them and they work. So I think that's one of the key things from that series was to sort of just try and figure out how to do these sort of things. Because it was very much still my first proper set of videos, screen recording, and actually properly getting into it. And I think, it was me trying something, which is not a bad thing, and me realising I didn't like the way I did it, and I think it's okay. It's okay to realise that you don't like something and you just gotta change it. And yeah, I changed it now with this series, if it is a series, to be fair. Definitely think there'll be a couple of episodes of just me mucking around, and just chatting, because why not? Also I need to link my vlog channel at some point, because there might be a vlog soon, because I am going out tomorrow, with a friend of mine, and my brother. I'm going to see another family member, and then potentially some of my brother's friends, and we're going to be at a model railway event, just having a look around at it. So, because, and that's the thing again, model railways, you can claim all you like that you're good at the thing, but when you go and see another idea and you go, oh yeah, that's better than the idea I got, it's the thing of don't ever claim to know everything, because there's always someone that knows something more than you, and you like the thing that they know better than what you know. Not even sure if that's a saying. If it's not, then I'm claiming it. But I think that's the thing with me, is I'm always sort of a bit reluctant to take new things or change. But I think I'm trying to sort of break out of that at the minute. And to varied levels of success, I must be honest. But it's just a matter of keep trying, and eventually things will get better, hopefully. But yeah, should be good. And also this channel will sometime, probably next year. I think as of January 1st, 2026, I think things are going to start to show themselves a little bit. In terms of the idea of what I want will start to appear. It might not make sense now what I mean by that, but I think when we get into January next year, I think it'll be clear how these changes are going to affect my channels, and how they're going to change my channels, and then it'll start to be seen just how the collaborations are going to work between all three of my channels, and just how videos are going to start to flow together. And I think that will work hopefully very well, which obviously would be good because it is about the time that something was new, to be fair. But yeah, hopefully it'll work perfectly without issue, but we'll see how that one goes. Because obviously, there's never a moment where I know how things are going to go yet, because I haven't done it. I haven't filmed any of it yet, and I haven't planned it yet. And I think as of next year as well, I think a good thing to get would be a sort of schedule, where it's like, this video goes out on this day at this time, and this video goes out on this day at this time. And then maybe we have like, each channel has like 2 videos a week or something. To where it's more manageable and it's more understandable when things are going to happen. Because at the minute it's so much like, well, Thursday's technically the day it all goes out, except my gaming channel, which is daily. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate the daily videos, it's something to do, and it sort of gives a sort of schedule to itself to keep this channel growing. And obviously I want to get this channel up to the sort of same level that my Cars and Trains channel is, which currently has just reached 123 subscribers the last time I looked at it, which was yesterday evening. Which I thought was pretty funny actually, because it's 123. So I found humour in that. But I mean, if we could get this channel up to that level, I'd be more than happy to do so. And then it would just be working on my third channel to get that up to over 100 subscribers, and then I'd sort of have 3 channels of equal standing effectively. Because at the minute it's my former vlog channel turned Cars and Trains channel that is the highest working channel, and that's because it's got the content of like match stacks and trains, model trains obviously, that are on it. So it's a bit of a one like that sort of thing. But I think from the standpoint of how things are, you'll have to check out potentially my vlog channel soon, because I've just thought of something right now that I might want to do. So I'm going to see if I can seek permission to do it. If I do get permission to do it, then it could be quite an interesting video. But we shall see. It'll either be on my vlog channel or on potentially, and I'm going to possibly say this for the first time on this channel, the Walthamstow Pump House Museum channel. It is a, what is it again? I do volunteer there literally every week. I've been there for a while. It is well, we've got a main bunch of static engines, we've got tube carriages, we've got a fire station area, we've got the tour house, which is sort of an area where courses get run in, and it's like we can use it for tours and whatever. It's got a 3D printer, which is quite cool. I will potentially put a link in a future video if you guys want a link for that, or I'll drop a link in one of my other channels when we do a collaboration, something or other. And then there's, we got a main engine inside the main building, which used to be a sewage pumping engine, now it runs for public viewing, twice every Sunday at 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock British time. This is most Sundays except Christmas, obviously, when we are shut. Or when the engine is broken. Luckily it's not anymore because we fixed it recently. Still got footage to send off to my friend who's got to edit it. But I'm just waiting for him to finish the first video for the Walthamstow Pump House Museum before I send him off more footage. But then we've also got a secondary engine, a sort of static, like hand tool workshop area, where instead of like all machines, like battery electric tools, it's all run by like belts, and you operate it off this main engine that sends belts and, things and rods and whatever. It just operates all the engines, so it's quite cool. And then we've got a model railway, which I volunteer in. I also help out with, static engines out the front. I help out with the main engine inside the main building, the secondary engine, the non-electric workshop area that we've got, and then we've also got a cafe, and then, it's just a fun place to visit. And I would encourage strongly anyone who is in the Walthamstow area to go and visit it any Sunday they can get down. And if you really like it, they do take donations, because they are fully a charity and they are donation funded. But yeah, that's just a little bit of what I do every Sunday. So that's why I don't really film on here Sundays, because I'm down there helping out with things, and I obviously have my own model rail trains that obviously as a volunteer there I can drive on the railway, and that's a volunteer only privilege, because the railway is not where you've got like a viewing area where you can go and view it, but the main area of it is not open to the public, because it's dangerous in a sense, because we have a lot of hanging wires from the many different eras it's had, because it had an original era and then it got reshuffled a little bit, and it's had its second era, which we're still kind of in, but we're very much pushing into the third era currently, which is more modern, era of how it's going to be. And there's a few projects that are potentially in planning to get permission to go through to do with it. I think it will switch into definitely either era 3 or 4, and it will definitely become more of the current group of volunteers there will have more of a sort of say in it, per chance, or per wording of it. But it's a great place to visit if you want to just go and visit a museum on a Sunday. As I said, we're open every Sunday, so please do come down, visit. We also have a second site called Markfield Beam Engine. It's an old and also sewage pumping engine. There's a coalition there. There's a word I can't find in my brain. I can't. I'm just gonna scrap the word finding. But yeah, it's an old sewage pumping engine, and it would used to pump sewage, but now it doesn't. It just runs also twice a day, when it's open. However, it runs a lot less than the pump house is open. I do suggest, if you do want to go to Markfield, and you don't know what dates are, you can search it up. It isn't in Walthamstow, it's in Haringey, near Tottenham Hale Tube and National Rail Station, and you'll see signs to it from the station. But You can either look it up on their website, which I believe is still www.markfield.com. I think that's their website. I haven't actually ever looked at it, so I'm not fully sure. Obviously be careful when you're clicking on, anything to do with the internet, so you don't get scammed or anything along those lines. But if you want to, be able to find out in person, not, take the risk on the internet, or you just want to know, with like a information sheet, I do always suggest coming down to the Walthamstow Pumphouse Museum. We do advertise them, the Markfield people, a lot. We do have some of them that volunteer down at us as well, and we volunteer up there as well. And the days, we do have leaflets that say what days they operate and what days they don't. So if you ever want to know, you can come down to the Walthamstow Pumphouse Museum and find out from the model railway. If you come on the model railway, you can always ask, and we will always help you out with that. And what's another thing? Yeah, so that's pretty fun. This channel is obviously gonna, just switch up because, I wanted to. And I just feel like with all the channels, I think now is probably the right time to sort of change things up and just make them a little bit more fun and just light-hearted, in the sense of just, forget this more professional way of doing things and just slip it back into, it's just a fun channel just to have fun watching. And I get if this video wasn't necessarily the straight gameplay, really fun game, always commentated thing, but I just felt like I wanted to make this video just with gameplay in the background, just to say, this is how the channel's going to be moving forward, and I hope you will like how it's going to be, and I hope that it will be a bit more fun for everyone, especially me when I'm filming it. At least that's the hope anyway. That is the end of this video. The next video will be tomorrow, and the Forming the Roman Empire Mega Series will be out later next week, or the week after. So I shall see you all tomorrow for the next video. Bye for now. Wait. Bye.